afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a riveting 1v1 on Lost Glider, where the glider is truly lost. In the north, it is Tiramisu fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, the Red Army, taking on the role here of the 3rd Mechanized Corps with airborne troops, Guard Rifle, and Guard Motor, double infantry, and mine bulletins. Versus south, it is Angriefen, fighting for the German Army. Deutschland, taking on the role here of the Speerverbande Wolf with Osttruppen Doctrine, with machine gun Panzerfaust and Osttruppen bulletins, and of course Osttruppen Doctrine with Osttruppen squads, entrenching tools, artillery field officers, supply drops, and the railway artillery support ability. So we're off here to a riveting engagement here on Lost Glider. In the south, Angriefen moves ahead with his Osttruppen MiG-42 using the Osttruppen's fast speed. Of course, we'll quickly head out there. Note he has built the infantry company, which is not something all players do when they go for Osttruppen. Most like to just skip it, but in some cases, with Associates do want to have it ready, so you can activate Panzerfaust ready right away versus any M31s, which is probably what Angreifen is doing. Of course, he might be planning mortars or snipers down the road. There are a few possibilities there as to what Angreifen specifically could be intending with that move. We've got a 3rd console on the way there for Tiramisu. Standard start here, both heading east and west sort of for their respective sides. And as always, by the way, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Helps me and helps you. And also makes it more like YouTube gets you updates out. So sometimes YouTube switches about with things, and then all of a sudden a lot of people aren't, getting notified about my videos. So whatever you can do to help that would be most appreciated. Also, big thanks to my patrons and supporters, without which episode and so many others would not be possible. Anyways, double Osttruppen, there's an MD42 versus triple conscripts. We'll have to see how many Osttruppen here Angriefen goes for. We'll go for a Gibber build, which is just double Osttruppen, MD42 into a fast C2. We'll be seeing multiple Osttruppen squads, which is sort of the more conventional build. Conscripts heading westwards here, going to push into Angreifen territory, and as Angreifen now making moves towards the centre. MD42 there backed up by the Osttruppen inside the church. Normally you'd have the machine in the church, the Osttruppen up the centre, but Angreifen clearly switching things up. 3rd Osttruppen squad out of Angreifen, so he's not going for a Gibber rush. Meanwhile, Tiramisu are going for a 4th conscript squad. Certainly increase the likelihood of this either being Guard Rifle or airborne troops, since with that many conscripts, you're definitely going to benefit a lot from being able to upgrade them either with the SVT-40 semi-automatic rifle or the PPS-48 submachine guns. Awesome, falling a bit back here, realizing this engagement might be great here. Angreifen backs up. Off, probably hoping to bait him into an engagement. Angreifen's forces are more likely to actually win. MD42 them moving ahead in the centre, marked to occupy the church now. East side here, Tiramisu conscript moving back in the old scout. Angreifen lining up for an assault to the east with double Osttruppen squads here. Both sides looking to get the drop in the other one there. Got a 4th Osttruppen squad. Now that's actually a bit rare. Most Osttruppen builds normally or typically only involve 3 Osttruppen squads because that's usually just how many you want, so you can just sort of still maintain a good position and push ahead. But Angreifen's going for an excessively, well, not excessively, just heavy 4 build, which is definitely on the rarer end of the spectrum. I'll also explain further why I went for this and actually ensure he has Panzerfaust ready in time. But definitely rare to see for Osttruppen. Of course, you do get a lot of severe pressure power in the early game, but then you also really have to make it count because they really do tend to scale poorly into the late game, even with like the upgrade from the heavy Panzer Corps. So even when you go for like for Osttruppen, you really have to be mindful of wanting to take fast and bring up other stuff. Putting the pressure in east, even as like he's using a large chunk of Osttruppen in the MD42 to keep Tiramisu tied down here in the west now. He's pushing eastward, looking to disrupt Tiramisu's fuel flow. But here in the west, there's simply too many conscripts. The machine has been caught off guard as well, so he basically has to retreat it fully. Molotovs going off, and Angreifen's flank here completely falls apart like a wet paper bag in a storm under Tiramisu's well-coordinated and quite frankly just superior assault. There were just 4 squads there versus just 2 Osttruppen and MD42, and once the MD42 was pushed out of position, the rest couldn't hold. We got Bunker up there, take a sword for the Angreifen. He's got the eastern side, sort of mostly in control, but Tiramisu can just sweep in and push him away off there as well. So Angreifen's going to have to like quickly reorganize and counterattack for him to have a chance. Him, Tiramisu moving eastwards, he's probably looking to maybe occupy the building here, and that way slow down Tiramisu's move from the west towards the east. Engineers us tying down some of Angreifen's forces there. Osttruppen setting up, Bunker there almost done, Tech almost done as well, constructing the building, denying it to Angreifen as well. Swift and decisive movement here from Tiramisu is definitely proving to be a nuisance here for Angreifen. Osttruppen versus conscript, they're going to close in, they're going to pop a Molotov, force them out of cover, and thus deny the Osttruppen their ability to actually be good. Because once out of cover, Osttruppen are really bad. They are getting a lot of damage, he's going to have to reposition, he's just nearby light cover, but even then, he's losing precious moments here against the conscripts, the Frontovics, and apparently Petrov just decides to be cool and grab the point while the rest is fighting, but there you go. It is a retreat here. Meanwhile, more pressure in the center. West side secured there by Tiramisu. and the 5's engineers find right. And we do get Guard Rifle. Bit of a rare one here, but not bad at all. I mean, the K1 heavy tank is pretty good. Guards Rifle are pretty good. Submachine guns, while I looked in favour of the SVT-40, have become slightly more prevalent again, since, you know, now these sort of are a bit more, you know, on the same level in terms of cost efficiency. And before, like, SVT-40 was simply so cheap, the PVT-41s were just not worth considering at all. You also got the heavy howitzer there, and of course you got artillery doing get attacks. I mean, overall, pretty solid doctrine there. But again, one that got slightly outshone there, but now is perhaps getting a bit more room to show its stuff. We got Tech here, supporting company out there for Tiramisu and the 3rd Mechanized Corps. But while going in the centre, the Osttruppen using the entrenching tools. Very good there, thumbs up. Sandbags as well following up here on the west side. We get a counterattack here. The Pioneers in the 42 going to try and flush them out. Half to the Angreifen. Likely going to be a flame for a half trick. They would argue with 4 Osttruppen squads and a half. You could actually do some really fun stuff, since the Osttruppen corps reinforce really fast, so you could just make them really hard to push off, though you do risk bleeding yourself out of manpower, then fight some bad engagements. But it could do something like that. But it's likely to be a flame for half tech here for Angreifen, and obviously versus a lot of conscripts, a flame for half tech is not a bad choice at all. Anything but. But there you go, half tech out. Probably going to be upgraded to the flamethrower. There we go. And Tiramisu, of course, can respond to the Guards Rifle. No field gun, we'll have to see what it goes for. That said, a field gun probably in some ways would be the better pick, since Guardsmen can actually push off by a flame for a half track. So they are more able to catch up with a flame for a half track, whereas the field gun's a bit more clumsy. So there are some considerations there. And can you see it beating the Osttruppen decently, but they are taking a lot of damage. Looks like some of the Osttruppen not properly in coverage, not getting in a bonus. And there you go, actually forced away there. Heavy casualties, just droves of dead Osttruppen there by defense. Their defense having failed. After them moving up, can reinforce the Osttruppen nearby. There we go. As you can see there again, they have a very high reinforcement rate, so sort of getting a good position. They can just reinforce while the half tech is nearby. But there you go, flame for array, at which point less need for that. Now just time to roast some Ruskies, and there you go. Front of X routed. Being pushed back as well. Their flame fire coming up. We got 1 kill on it so far. Back here we got healing reinforcement on there for Angriefen. Minesweeper was on the way there for the Pioneers. Very good pick there. Obviously helps in case, you know, any mines have been laid down by Tiramisu, though none have been seen so far. Plus, obviously, is, you know, quite helpful with the repair speed as well. But a lot of back and forth here so far between Tiramisu and Angriefen just in the first 7 minutes of the match. Really exciting so far stuff here. Just great plays. We'll have to see what Angriefen does next. Probably a pack 40 here to deal with any position like vehicle that Tiramisu might toss at him. Pan's going to discord could also be a good investment, or the artillery field officer. Like, there are some options here for Angreifen to consider. We'll have to see, of course, which he considers. Laying down telemines, thumbs up there. Always a good idea to do that, unless the Wehrmacht. And Angreifen is probably one of the Wehrmacht players, or well, I think just most conscious of mines, in particular S-mines is something Angreifen, shall we say, tends to be very much on point with. Anyway, Tiramisu striking back. We got the Guards Rifle coming up, the DP light machine guns on the way. Very good. We'll have to see if any submachines will hand up to his conscripts or not. Conscripts the Osttruppen in the west. Should be able to hold them up there. Flame for half tech sneaking about. Guardsmen start the church to deal with. In fact, we try and probably move it up instead of attack around. There we go. Burning it through here. Lighting the church on fire. Leaving Tiramisu's Guardsmen forced to vacate the premises. And is he just going to burn the church down? I mean, that works too. That works too. Or perhaps not. I mean, he could have done it though, but I guess he didn't want to. Guardsmen on the open's going to be attached to the flame for a half track. This is again quite good versus infantry. Even, you know, some of the more typical anti-tank options can actually struggle versus the flame for half track, since it does a lot of damage to soft tanks. Of course, it is incredibly vulnerable to light vehicles to compensate. But it is something that is worth knowing. There you go, buttoning up, nice work there, and by Tiramisu. Anti-tank grenades are ready, but he lacks the munitions due to the buttoning up there. Field gun on the way there for Tiramisu. Flame up to the close ventilation 1. Church is in fact catching on fire. The roof is on fire. Apparently the bell tower just literally exploded. Constantly pushed back, the Osttruppen to engage here. So far, Angreifen good use of the Osttruppen, and of course the flamethrower track. Bit of an older strategy there, but one that is still popular with some players. Just go a lot of Osttruppen, then go for flamethrower track, and that will keep your opponent on the defensive. So we'll have to see how Tiramisu handles this particular challenge. Field coming up here for Tiramisu. Back here, troops reinforcing healing there. We got a supply drop for Angreifen. Will support any sort of tech push as well. In fact, I believe he is in fact already taking up. There we go. So you got an anti-tank and up to deal with light vehicles. So you can go for the MD-34. At the same time, while still allowing himself to just tech fast and go for some medium armor at a pretty good pace. So thumbs up there to Angreifen. Also trying to get into heavy cover, got the field gun ready, could begin bombarding if he had the munitions, which unfortunately for Tiramisu he does not. Very fortunate for Angriefen though. Coming back in the flank here on the Osttruppen. Flampenswagen striking in, and there you go, burning through the front of it, or at least attempting to, but not quite landing it. Field gun shoots, misses. Very lucky there for Angriefen, very lucky. It's clear on the west side there. Guards moving ahead here. Tempting command almost done. Could go for a fast C70 there, though of course, whether or not he then wants to go for it, since Angriefen look like hitting him with some faster medium armor, is something worth considering. Quickly crew in the Pack 40, should also grab the fuel there, obviously. There we go. Fuel supplies obtained. Then you could say, for example, rush on Austin right now versus Tiramisu. That could be quite potent. Could possibly be a game-winning move here for Angriefen. Possibly. Oh, also, this is actually worth noticing. He actually uses merge from the conscripts on the guardsmen, that way keeping up the numbers without having to spend so much manpower reinforcements. 2 thumbs to the Tiramisu. Merge is a very potent yet overlooked ability amongst many serve players, but it is one I would say some of the higher ranked players do use reasonably consistently. So again, good work there by Tiramisu. And we do have to get some submachines up there for Tiramisu's conscripts, increasing their firepower at closer ranges notably. Fun fact about the PPH-41, but by 1944-45, pretty much half of all Soviet infantrymen in any division or corps, whatever, would actually equip the submachine guns. Infantry forward there versus the guardsmen. Ooh, great hit from the pack, destroying the cavalry and exposed to the MU-34. And he's going straight for tier 4. A bold move there for Angriefen. Not a fan of that one personally. I think you should just go for the Supremo Core and push out a fast Austrian tier, but clearly wants something from tier 4 instead. That is ultimately his prerogative, but it is not what I would personally advise. Still good map here from Angriefen, but again, the tier 4 move does give Tiramisu more time to push in, actually hit Angriefen back and maybe gain control of the match. So it's obviously not without its risks, but at least Angriefen in such a position it may not matter, but it could also end up mentoring a lot. It's got the T-something right here for Tiramisu. Angriefen's right flank is currently quite vulnerable to us. Of course, telemines here and maybe some other places. There we go, but perhaps not quite enough to slow down Tiramisu's possible supremacy here with the field with the T-70 in hand. Tiramisu going for more engineers, very good there. Helps with probably minesweepers, which he does lack, to help do with telemines. And of course, goes some more repair speed down the road. There goes Ostman versus the conscripts. The submachine guns blazing through the windows and the doors. Light machine guns up, and of course, there's also very much signals to Tiramisu that Angriefen has gone for tier 4. There's also some information here that's being imparted. We'll of course have to see what Tiramisu does for this and what he assumes then, because ultimately there's still a bunch of things that can happen there. Does he go for the Panzer first? Does he go for Sturmpanzer first? Does he go for a Panther first? Or did he only go for the light machine gun, actually back take it for the Supremo Core and then push out some medium armor? Some players can do that. So it is a bit on the rarer side, but it's certainly something to consider as well there as a possibility. I'll wait till Tiramisu's pushing back against Angriefen. The T-70 is definitely helping out. Here they go, going for the western fuel point. More submachine guns being handed out here to Tiramisu's conscripts. Flamethrower coming up. T-70 could actually deal with it. There's no anti-tank nearby or any armor. There you go, Ostman fire from the T-70 light machine guns placement at the conscripts. The heavy cover can be difficult to dig out. Field gun moving up here. Flamethrower taking nearby. Conscripts starting to find the cover. Very much useless as it is lit on fire. Comrades, the sandbags, they do nothing against this kind of fire. We're burning, literally. Flamethrower at the 4 kills, veterans U1. Can also use it to lay down mines, now he wants to. Oh, sweeping the mines there. Good work by Tiramisu, thumbs up. Machine gun holding up here against advancing Frontovics. Keeping his right flank slightly secure, but good flank here, could open the machine gun, push it out. Another field gun there for Tiramisu. He's obviously worried about enemy armor there from Angriefen of the heavy caliber and wants to make sure he has enough anti-tank weapons to sufficiently deal with it. I think that is a very sensible choice of action there by Tiramisu. In particular, since like any like tank destroyers and such will be some time off anyways, like he could go for the Issun 6, but the Issun 6 does not perform particularly amazingly well versus say either Panthers or Sturmpanzers, so I certainly understand here Tiramisu just bring up the second field gun before he tries to take up. He has to take up eventually. Okay, fighting here, the country quite a bit sort apart here, but the Osttruppen, that does help they're not in cover, but even then the light machine gun does not need cover, and so it can still be quite lethal. Osttruppen, they're having help back the T-7 with the Pantherfaust, good work there by Angriefen and the German army, the Speerverband Wolf. Holding up behind heavy covers, the T-7 continues to blast with its 45mm gun. Osttruppen about here in the center, we got another builder here for Tiramisu. Back at base, nothing further going on. Angriefen there is able to go for the Sturmpanzer right now, which would actually I think be quite potent. Lots of infantry and support weapons. The Sturmpanzer would be able to just decimate that and just blast its way through most of Tiramisu's forces. So right now, the Sturmpanzer would I think be a strong move. Of course, in case of armor, he would be a bit vulnerable, but he does have attack 40. So I can see the Lotting going for a Panther here as well. But a Sturmpanzer I think would not be an entirely bad pick at all. But it does seem like Angriefen here is in fact aiming for the Panther. Osttruppen against the counters there. Flame tightening up, directed here from the field gun. Conscripts are out it. More Telemans on here from Angriefen, very good. Bring up the east side, even as Tiramisu lining up there for a big push in the west. Angriefen is still afford forces to the east, so sort of trying to think about there. Cheeky yet clever. Bit risky though. Still losing the western fuel point, even he's grabbing the eastern fuel point. Tiramisu is making great progress though, of course, and vice versa. He's getting the western fuel point, even he's losing the eastern one. But it does seem like Angriefen is planning for the Panther. We also got a bit of manpower being expended on a mortar, private artillery support. Smokes and whatnot could of course be quite effective. Osttruppen about to be assailed by the country. They're going to need to go for an Uran and pop a Molotov here. Advancing there through light machine and front rifle fire here from the Osttruppen. Country up close. There you go, one man down. But there you go, up close. The Angriefen Osttruppen are forced to retreat there to get out of there before the Osttruppen wiped out here. But the arriving T-7 as well here. So he's actually building a fuel cache on his car point as well, and then going for the Panther. Looks like some long-term play here from Angriefen. Very good there, very good. A lot of manpower being spent then all of a sudden. Mortars, Panthers, and fuel caches. Meanwhile, Field will find the MD-54 position here. So it'll be interesting to see how Tiramisu decides to handle when the Panther's about to hit him. And on the west, we got Osttruppen as the counter, 2 light machine guns. There's a submachine gun unit, quick retreat there. You could arguably try to stall up, but he might cause him worried about the flamethrower attack suddenly rushing in while he's not paying attention, and suddenly losing the unit just being lit on fire. Looks like he's actually briefly considering something here, but may decide against it. He may be again really wondering what Angriefen is planning at, and while he might consider T-34 since 6 perhaps realizes he needs to keep his options open in case of a Panther or Sturmpanzer. Since the T-34 was rushed. Oh, flamethrower they destroyed. A definite tactical win there for Tiramisu leaves Angriefen slightly less unable to deal with his infantry, and there you go, Panther out. Panzerkampfwagen 5, Pride of the Fatherland. Fuel cache there, of course, ready, running with extra fuel. Also helps upset any harassment there from Tiramisu a bit. Mines up here, very good by Tiramisu. Both sides are now actually mining. Thumbs up. That is very much what we like to see. Up here, point secured. Grab the point here behind the victory point as well, by the way. You could also consider machine gun bunkers. So I'll be pampering up the note. He is seemingly intentionally destroying the wall here to make it harder there for Tiramisu just to hide behind it. Also makes it easy for me. He holds the center then to cover it up with his own guns, so that's definitely a nice move. Conscripts opening up. Panther moving towards the center. Machine guns blazing away at the conscripts. Great kill there on Yuri. Mortar fire following up. Getting another kill. In fact, another man dropping dead there. Panther now at 3 kills. Kill tally is quickly being racked up. And there you go. Tiramisu as soon as he sees the Panther. Goes to the 85 medium tank. So another mortar hit there. Almost finishes off the conscripts entirely. That was a nice little push there, bound up east side. There we got a counter push in. Man goes off. Osttruppen taking heavy damage and casualties here from Tiramisu's counter attack as he looks to secure his southeastern flank here against the fascists. In the center, he's moving up here against the Panther and Guineas. Double hits from the field guns on the Panther, piercing the 80mm of sloped frontal armor twice. Another piercing hit there. Another guard squad on the way there for Tiramisu. Panther's going to need some repairs. Osttruppen holding out there. Back hit, reinforcing healing. 85 almost done there for Tiramisu. H5 done here for Tiramisu. More pioneers for Angriefen to upload repairs. Definitely good to do this, since one pioneer squad for a Panther is going to take quite some time and not be particularly efficient. So bringing up the second pioneer squad here is a solid move. We'll have to see what he aims for next here versus Tiramisu. Panther from the T-70 could possibly try and pursue it with the Panther now and take it out. Of course, he may just want to finish repairing it, but I think it'd be worth it just charging the Panther to deal with the T-70 before there's a chance to get away become a problem. And yeah, Angriefen makes the decision there, comes to the same conclusion. Charging them to get caught over the guardsman buttons out there. Should have been a slightly different path there. Of course, might have been some issues there with pathing, even if he ordered like the 5-8 points. Can happen from time to time. Our way loses then the opportunity to pursue the T-70 and take it out. Good save there by Tiramisu with this guardsman and their button ability. Field gun moving up, H5 nearby as well, further preventing here the Panther from pushing through there. We'll need some repairs once more. Tiramisu moving up with the troops, once more ready to fight the fascists. Also on the flank here. Hold up behind an old cart, engaging the troops, and we do get a Panther out to help deal with the support weapons, the field guns. Definitely something Angriefen wants to snuff out, and of course he could try to get lucky the mortar smoke out, but he decides the Panther approach here. I think he could have just considered going for a Sturm Punch instead. West side machine guns holding up the advancing Frontovics. Good work. In the south we got Constantine about. They're having suffered heavy casualties. I think they're going to have to retreat soon. Pushing too far versus Angriefen could prove to be a fatal mistake. And entrenchments in the centre, plus S-mines, very good. That makes it hard here for Tiramisu just to rush the centre. Pioneers in the fire here from the T-70 and H-85. Pack shoots, misses. East side engineers trying to rush the machine gun position, but without further support, it is a fruitless attempt. It just ends up wasting troops here. Also taking him down the trench. They do get into it, and engineers are taking some losses from this bunch going off amidst them, but beyond that, the question is how long can these Osttruppen, just 3 men with low health, hold this? And there you go, Panther the barrage off here. 10 rockets screaming through the skies and landing some hits there, but nothing too impressive. The Silvers away the field guns for a brief while. Fun fact about the Panther, there's also basically just needle there for rockets, but they actually had a specific way of sort of killing their targets. They basically just cause such huge changes in pressure, they basically just blow apart the lungs of anyone caught in a barrage, ripping them apart. So, little fun fact there in air quotes, fun. Probably not so fun for anyone's caught in it. Panther getting hit by the Panther. She's getting hit by the Panther. Panther there with 3 kills. Slowly approaching Veterans U1, though the H-85 is prompting Angriefen to fall back with it. And we got the incendiary RPG onto the MD-42. Thumbs up there to Angriefen. Overlooked ability, but one I think that is quite good in a lot of cases. Additional fun fact about the Panther, however, there's actually a Waffen version of it that actually fired CoH2 rockets. It was primarily operated by the Waffen SS, who basically used to use captured CoH2 rockets, but eventually moved to producing their own. So a little fun fact there. Mortar punching away. We got 2 kill slots, Vincent in 2. Quickly on the guardsman there. Got 2 guard squads and 3 constables here for Tiramisu. Also, we've got the centre against the guardsman. He's going to need artillery support on that one. Be a great target for the mortars, so they're easily bunched up. And we got field gun fire here, bombarding machine gun position. Both actually unleashing just a shower of high explosive shells on the machine gun position, prompting, of course, Angriefen to disengage the machine gun, reposition to a better position. And these here moving about there. Also, this comes to there as well. Austin fought to abandon the trench. Panther sneaking ahead. He needs to be careful with both field guns and the H-85 about. 300 points left here for Tiramisu. In fact, 297. There's the Angriefen 342. He's got a nice little lead there over Tiramisu. And certainly he's building on here against his Soviet opponent. On the east side here, counter-rushing the Osttruppen, but they're taking a lot of damage as they cross over terrain. Disengage against the building. I think he should have waited for them to toss the Molotov here before doing that, since they can just toss the Molotov at the building. Whereas he could then fall into the building and they couldn't do anything about it. But in this case, though, Tiramisu decides against it either way. So, might not matter, but I do think, you know, it could have become something that mattered. More about the guards here. Panther pushing back to HG5. Pack support, and there you go. Heavy tank being inflicted there. K1 heavy tank on the way there. Blitzing forward to the Panther. HG5 tanks for his down. Needs to be careful about the field, and there you go. Calling in the railway artillery support here. Forcing the field guns to disengage very rapidly. And certainly while railway artillery was quite common, the Germans actually also mounted a lot of anti-aircraft guns on artillery. In fact, they had entire railways of just anti-aircraft guns. Little fun fact there. Mounting a variety of them, including, I believe, not just the Flak 88, but larger guns like the 10.5cm flak gun, which was basically just an even bigger Flak 88. Picking up the Panther, KV-1 almost done there for Tiramisu. Nope, by 1944-45, most KV-1s would have been replaced by the KV-85, which was basically just a KV tank with a bigger turret, with more armor on, and the 85mm gun similar to the T-3045. It's a little fun fact there. Grenade on the Osttruppen, driving them out, very good work there. Still got a nice lead here for Angriefen to Tiramisu, T-7 ahead here, close to the ace level. Angrieven's got plenty of resources, we'll go for the Sturmpanzer, we'll go for a Panther here. Be his decisions. I mean, he can't go for the Panther now. He's got too many troops. Actually, he just got to open up that position. But we'll see Panther about here. And the advancing troops. And there you go. Tiramisu assault here for the centers broken off. His rockets screen through, hitting tombstones, conscripts, and a few squirrels hiding out in the bushes. Machine gun being routed there. Panther moving up. Veterans 1 and 5 kills there. Could try to sneak ahead here, but he's probably worried about nearby field guns and the HG5 tank destroyer. T-7 getting aggressive, trying to take out perhaps the Panther, but also the fuel cache. But this opens up for the T-7 to be engaged with the Panther. And it drove right next to the Telemann active body. That is really lucky there for Tiramisu. Really lucky. Panther there, half 8 of HG2. Moving to engage the K1. Ooh, those Osttruppen taking a punishing beating around the center. K1 again, the Panther direct hits here. Shot bouncing also. Bit of mixed luck, there we go. Shot bounces off the K1's front alarms up from the Pack 40. That kit was reinforcing healing. Got a mix of submachine guns and 7-man upgrades here for Tiramisu's conscripts. Angriefen flooding resources. Hard to say what it is he's planning here. Not going for any armor. I mean, he can pretty much at this point go for anything. Brief at least. We'll have to see what he ends up with. Panther bouncing a few hits, but also taking a few. Close to veteran 2 though, and the addition of Schutzen. Mortar close to veteran 3. Then we got 342 versus 200. And gun continues to have a nice lead here with Tiramisu. Osttruppen being routed. Panther for firing. Troops being dispatched. Osttruppen moving up. Panther shoots. The machine gun fire, their main gun fire against the advancing troops. Also, we get the Constantine moving to engage as well there. Quick few shots fired. Pawnees just mounting constant fuel cache there, exposed, but not a lot really. Meanwhile, the centre of the machine gun position is being overwhelmed here as well. Angriefen has disengaged his enemies, just continue to blaze past here. The only line of defense now is a bench with a few Osttruppen behind it, and that's just going to stop here the troops. Meanwhile, K1 moving up here, T-7 moving in as well. The HG5 as well, he's got destroyed early, obviously, so I forgot about that. But he's got the field guns backing up here. He can soon go for another HG5. Molotovs are the final element company of position. Now it's just the Pack 40 and their Panther, and that can't stop the infantry very well. They can hold up the Pack K1. There you go. Target weak on the K1 tank here. Need to disengage with that one, I think. Panther very, very close to the HG2. Contra about to get murdered out as well here. Panther on the fire after the field guns. Fuel cache down. Going for the cup on there. Tiramisu, come hella high water, was damned. Intended at just breaking through him, grab that point, and cut off Angrieven's resources. He paid a price, but he did it in the end. But will it be worth it? That's another matter entirely. K1 in need of repairs. Close to veterans 1. Panther, of course, veteran 2 with the Schutzen up. Fun fact about the Panther, they're actually planning to set up their Panther 2 project, but actually scrapped it because they realised the Panther could just, one of the major issues was actually the sidearm. They realised it just armoured side squares to maintain decent parity there, or at least decent safety there, so they just was basically just going to make an entire better tank because of the side armor. So a little fun fact, and they ultimately get in the Panther 2 project, which is scrapped because armored side skirts just did the job better. Well, did the job, I would suppose, overall. That means, like, redoing the entire damn tank. They were planning to bring over something from the Panther 2 project to the Panther 1, that was the turret, but even that never really happened by the end of the war. So, little fun side note there. Field environment in the MD-34. Panther moving about here, 8 kills for T2. Certainly a bit of a challenge here for Tiramisu. Angriefen still floating a lot of resources, not bringing up more stuff. He's actually gone for the support core, probably realizing he has to bring up something there, but can't go for anything from this heavy Panzer core. Panther 4 could be good, Stu could be good, Osttruppen could be good, but he just needs to make a decision there. The question, of course, is can Angriefen do that? More to that, Veterinary 3, very good. Oh dear. Parades the Panther right in front of possibly every Soviet anti-tank here from Tiramisu. Less great. Shot bounce. That was pretty lucky. Penetrating hit though. Less lucky. And there goes another shot bounces. Panther fires. Possibly the guards from the Mandian. Yup. Quick retreat there from Tiramisu as the guards in front of their comrades just basically exploding in mid-air. Panther first fails to penetrate. Panther gets a good hit there. Halfway to Veterinary 3. If Angriefen get the Panther to Veterinary 3, that's going to be really bad news for Tiramisu. But still, he's flooding a lot of resources right when you feel like you just need to push in more armor and like, trying to get more aggressive as a Tiramisu here. Also, like, the problem is also now the Osttruppen they aren't very good offensive troops like game. They can't really help him just push hard against Tiramisu. So really, it's like, compensate with armor to do that. And again, like, he just isn't. Casualties piling up here for Angriefen and these two T-C's moving up, engaging machine start position. We got in building, we got incendiary piston rounds, which at this range can actually do some damage. They're still going to be super slow here for the MD-42. And there you go, Tilifar as well. They're trying to break through the walls there of the cemetery. Panther's moving in there and almost got the T-70. MD-42 by gain Veterinary in the process. Oh, he needs to get out of there now. Oh, it's too late. It's too late, I think. If not, he's going to lose as the consequence just grab and turn against Angriefen. Now the KB-1 tank on the way there for Tiramisu. Tiramisu's getting most of the center here. Angriefen continues to float all resources. Not entirely sure why Angriefen is floating so much. Is he just indecisive and can't figure out what to do? But he definitely needs to make a decision in some regards soon. I mean, at this point, I just recommend maybe just going for Panther 4s or Osttruppen to help deal with infantry, but also leave him somewhat prepared for armor nonetheless. Panther almost good to go. We got 322 on 83. Panther barrage again. 10 kills. Oh, those comes there about to be forced off. The sandbag's never finished. I'm going for another machine gun here to replace one lost here to the Bolsheviks. Definitely not a bad idea, but he really should go for some more armor. Like, just one Panther is not going to cut it, unless Tiramisu does something really bad, in which case it can work. But as a rule of thumb, you should not be, relying all your plans to the opponent, making mistakes. Modifying the Guardsman, landing a decent hit, though no kills with that shot. Panther moving up, machine guns blazing away, there we go, 10 kills. Buttoning up the Panther, there's shots bouncing off the Panther's front line, there we go, another kill there, 11 kills on the Panther, very close to Veterinary 3 here, field moving up, Osttruppen by the western fuel pump being pushed off. Gonna have to retreat those, Panther taking further shots, still on some armor here for Angriefen. You can go for double Stukes, there we go, just as I say that, exactly as I say he could go for double Stukes, he goes for double Stukes. Yeah, double Stukes here for Angriefen. He should have gone for that sooner, though. He should have gone for that so much sooner. Got a field gun here, good. You also need to bring up some officers or Panthers here to support the armor here. There's all the field guns and whatnot. Needs to get the Panther in action here. There's the K1 trying to take them off there while they're still in one field gun. And he needs to focus all still in the other field gun to clear that out. But he needs to get going. But he's actually preoccupied with the country with the Panther. That's a definite mistake there by Angriefen. He's actually missing on opportunity, I think, to take out Tiramisu's K1s here now. And in fact, it allows the Panther to get hit with an anti-tank grenade. definite mistake there by Angriefen. Hard to say how the mistake works for him. Maybe it was just, you know, bad call, or maybe he wasn't paying attention, but either way, it's a mistake that actually missed again on opportunity to take out both K1 tanks, maybe destroy the field gun here, which could have left, I think, Tiramisu actually crippling out of the game up from this. Tiramisu actually has a chance to salvage his KV tanks and get out, then even get the anti-tankers out there, which is going to be a significant problem. We've got air support calling to make it harder now for Angriefen to pursue Tiramisu, so double whammy there against Angriefen by Tiramisu. He just, you know, got that Panther moving. I think the situation would be looking drastically differently. Instead, now the Osttruppen being pinned down by air support, can't push ahead further. But we've got almost double Stooks now here ready for Angriefen. K1's being pulled back for repairs. We've got 282 versus 185. Almost ace level Panther here. And there you go. Second Stug 3G here ready for Angriefen this Schwerverband Wolf. K1 here going for the northern machine to the northern victory point. Center being pushed here by the Pioneers, but they hold it up on the MD-34. Panther moving out, Stugs lining up here as well. Will he add machine to them? In fact, he will. Good work there. Panther setting out, Stugs should back up the Panther, I think, here. Of course, whether or not he does is another matter entirely. Osmo's engineers here. K1 being pushed back, or getting out there thanks to the screen cover there of the infantry. There goes, going to flank here for the small part to get behind the machine gun. Good work there by Tiramisu. Sharp reaction there, could take out the machine gun, maybe even run away with it under the Panther's nose. Incendiary options, great, but again, just got maneuvered in. There you go, machine about to turn up them. Conscripts, and gets it! Great work there by Tiramisu. Stooks, though, opening up there as well. Machine guns and main guns blazing away at the front of it. In the center here, Pioneers being murdered by the Guardsmen. Not looking good here. Vanguard Northern, they go. They run off with the machine gun. Stooks are pushing hard somewhere. Gets a kill of the Stooks, very good. Going for the carve point, but decides to back off. Tiramisu has got good map control. Has Angriefen again, just because he flows so many resources. My Sam has just lost so much momentum initiative here. And again, that failure with the Panther take out those K1s when he had the chance, I think, has also proved to be a significant issue. And again, the problem is also part again, the Osttruppen are not great for supporting attacks, and particularly not armoured attacks. And that's really what Angriefen needs right now. He needs to conduct some armoured attacks, but the Osttruppen aren't particularly great for it. So the challenge has significantly increased here for Angriefen. It's not impossible for sure. Like, if you can coordinate the artillery and the Osttruppen and the armour well enough, he can pull it off, but it's going to be a lot tougher for Angriefen to get this to really work. But that's saying it's not impossible, but it is going to be tough here. It is going to be tough. Oh dear, lost a Panther to the T-70 sneaking up behind the lines. And it dodges the Telemann again, but there you go, Pantherfaust knocks out the T-70, at least avenging that one. K1 taking it to hit from the Pack 40s in the center. Guardsmen looking up with the center, Stooks waiting to bombard. Main gun and blazing, machine guns blazing away there. Panther moving forward here on the left flank, straight into the field gun. Takes a hit here, very close to the ace level, flanking the K1 tank here, but needs to get the Panther out there again. The lack of Panther gun is really what's holding him back here, because also the Panthers really help deal with the field guns. And that's what they're really good at, too. There's a bit of efficiency, but the Osttruppen just aren't good at that, so needs some other way of dealing with it. But he just lost his Panther, I mean, he only has the mortar now. Panther ace was taking a lot of damage here. K1 moving ahead, infield comes back up. Pioneers being murdered as they try to repair the Panther here. A lot of fight, the K1 shots actually bouncing off repeatedly. Panther taking a lot of hits, almost got the K1 tank. Does he push for it? There we go, gets the K1, he's about to lose the Stooks. One Stook down, Panther needs to get out of there, so he's blitzing past the field gun. I suppose he could kill the crew with the machine guns of the Panther, but he's about to lose the second Stook as well, and he's called in the artillery field officer. That can somewhat help compensate, but he really should be getting some Panther gun days up, but he's really short on manpower now as well. And the air support, of course, is also going to be a significant pain in Angriefen's posterior here. Grenade off here, Osttruppen taking the hits. We got 165 to 185. Panther in dying repairs. He's only got one Pioneer squad left here, so it's actually going to be tough here for Angriefen to fix it up fast enough. And then the Stug. Meanwhile, Tiramisu still has 2 Engineer squads. Just getting another KV-1 tank. They actually fill up with more tanks after that KV tank. Big push into the north with machine guns, conscripts and guardsmen, leaving unguarded position here further in peril and further exposed. We do see Tiramisu with more pioneers. Very good. Angriefen even more pioneers, not Tiramisu, damn it. Smokes in here from the officer to help cover up parts of it, but it's just not enough. It is just not enough, and Angrieven's frontline situation is not really collapsing here. Fixing up the Panther. Osttruppen wing about getting into the building. We got 146 was on 85. K1 wing about. The other K1 is also good to go here for Tiramisu. Panther is almost ready here for Angriefen. Molotov off there. Field with K1 and machine hanging back here. Pack wing eastwards. Stuke now need repairs. Panther infantry pushing eastwards here. He's going to make a push here. Can he make it work, or will it be the end of Angriefen? Guess we'll find out soon enough. Osttruppen up to keep pace here with the Panther. Tiramisu, of course, will soon know what Angriefen is doing and react to it. We'll have to see if he reacts to it. One mistake could give Angriefen a chance to get back to this, but a good move could, I think, further just cement Angriefen's loss in this, or at least possible loss here in this match. Osttruppen up here, route it. Going here for the machine in the east for the Panther. It's going to take some time for the Panther machine to clear it out. Not impossible. We've got the arm wing up here. The Osttruppen being blasted into oblivion by the K1s here. Yes, they are without support from the Panther. Field goods into tanks wing up. They're exposed to the flank as well by the infantry. Probably should not be using the Panther for that. K1 sitting out here, including the veteran 2. Need to get the pack forward ready. There we go, opening up for the K1 tank. Panther coming up as well here. Field goods ready to support the K1s. And there you go. Almost got one of the K1 tanks here. Almost got it. K1 is barely operable. And there you go. The K1 tank is down. But there you go. Conscripts are flanking behind, are shredding Angriefen's anti-tank guns brutally. Yet beautifully exploiting here the gap they left on the flank. 2 thumbs up there to Tiramisu. And now the Panthers all of a sudden find themselves face off against 2 anti-tank guns and the K1 with the increasingly decreasing support here. Osttruppen and mortar crews just dying here alongside the pack crews. Panther being pushed back here with heavy damage as well, barely operable. We got air support, I think, to further cement here the now, I think, quite apparent defeat of Angriefen. 20 kills on the Panther aircraft, he's just shredding through the forces. Pack shooting. Officer trying his best, but it's just not enough, and he's suppressed. K1's bombarding, and just everything is dying here. Stuke, they're doing its best, but it's just not enough either. And there you go. Match over. Angriefen drops off. A loss here for the German army. A victory for the Red Army. A brutal fight here. In the end, Angriefen was able to lead out nicely. I think A shouldn't go for tier 4 here. Again, he's just trying to let on the momentum of the Osttruppen to push out medium armor faster. Because really, just the thing is, the Osttruppen, they are really bad late game. They're just not very good for supporting the kind of tactics that the Wehrmacht need late game, which is sort of aggressive pushes that really just hit hard, and the Osttruppen are not suited for that. Even with the light machine gun, they just don't work. Honestly, if they wanted the Osttruppen to be like, used from the late game, they should actually give them like an MP40 upgrade or something. I think that'd be a lot more useful than the light machine gun upgrade, and that's just a quick side note there. But anyways, GG, game over, well played by Tiramisu, but Angriefen again, I think made some strategic mistakes that ultimately just gave Tiramisu the room he needed to push back. And even then, there were, I think, still times here where Angriefen maybe had a chance, but then failed to exploit it, and then so basically just handed the match over to Tiramisu. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, so like, subscribe, and share, and tell it to your friends, but not your enemies. This is from Pro LinkedIn. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.